Can an old spark plug be transformed into a welding machine? In today's video, I'm going to combine this spark plug with a few simple materials to create a DIY mini welding machine that can actually work in real conditions. First, I disassemble the casing of an old power plug to remove the internal metal prongs and use them as electrical components for this DIY welding machine. These metal parts will be reused to transfer electricity directly to the welding system. In the next step, I cut off the unnecessary plug prong sections to make the parts easier to modify and assemble. Then, I drill a small hole through both ends of the metal piece to prepare it for attaching wires and connecting the other parts of the welding system. Next, I connect this metal piece to the spark plug. This component will act as the connection bridge between the heating handle and the welding tip of the system. Then, I tighten the screw firmly to secure the connection during operation. Next, I use a short electrical wire as a direct bypass wire leading to the welding tip. This wire helps transfer electrical current directly to the tip for faster heat generation. First, I split the copper core inside the wire into two smaller branches. Then, I tightly twist the wire onto the metal connector attached to the spark plug. For the other end of the wire, I repeat the same process and attach it to the threaded metal body of the spark plug to complete the electrical circuit. Next, I use an old battery to create the welding tip. First, I remove the outer metal casing of the battery. Then, I use needle nose pliers to grip the graphite core inside and gently twist it to pull the core out. After removing the graphite core, I clean the surface with a paper towel to remove dust and residue. I attach the graphite core to a power drill to make shaping easier. Then, I start the drill and press the tip of the graphite core against a pencil sharpener to begin sharpening the welding tip. After finishing the welding tip, I attach it onto the spark plug to complete the heating handle assembly for the mini welding system. Once assembled, the welding tip and spark plug are connected firmly and ready for the next electrical connection step. Next, I use a longer electrical wire as the main power wire for the welding machine. First, I split the copper core inside the wire into two smaller branches to make the electrical connection easier. Then, I connect this wire to the rear section of the welding machine to complete the power supply system for the heating unit. In the next step, I wrap electrical tape around the wire connection to secure it more firmly and improve insulation during operation. Next, I use a plastic tube as the handle for this DIY welding machine. I insert the spark plug heating assembly into the plastic tube to create the handheld body of the device. Then, I apply super glue around the contact area to firmly secure the spark plug to the plastic handle. Next, I use a blue electrical wire to create the ground wire for the welding system. I attach an alligator clip to one end of the wire to make connecting it to metal materials easier and more convenient. For the other end of the wire, I connect it to a metal washer to create the grounding connection point for the welding system. For the remaining wire connected to the spark plug, I also attach it to a metal washer. This part helps make the connection to the battery contact slot easier and more secure during operation. Next, I use a 21V Makita battery as the power source for the welding system. First, I connect the welding machine wire to the positive terminal of the battery. Then, I connect the ground wire to the negative terminal to complete the electrical circuit for this mini welding system. And as you can see, when I touch the welding tip to the electrical clip, sparks immediately appear and even small flames start forming at the contact point. For the first test, I'm going to weld two copper wires together. First, I twist the two wire ends together to create an initial connection. Then, I touch the mini welding machine onto the joint area to heat and melt the metal connection point. After a few seconds, the metal at the contact area begins to melt and bond the two wires together more firmly. Once finished, I pulled both wire ends strongly by hand to test the strength of the weld. And as you can see, the connection remains securely attached without coming apart, proving that this DIY welding machine can actually work in real conditions. For the next test, I'm going to use this homemade welding machine to weld two razor blades together. After removing the paper covers, I placed the two razor blades on top of each other and attached the ground wire clip to one side of the blades to create an electrical connection. Once finished, the two razor blades are connected much more firmly and are no longer easy to separate like before. With just an old spark plug, a few electrical wires, and some simple recycled materials, I was able to create a mini welding machine that can actually work in real conditions. Even though the design is very simple, it can still generate enough heat to weld and bond metal for small, everyday projects. If you enjoyed this DIY project, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next creative DIY videos.